Hi Tunes, Tunes here, and in November of this year, RSE's last episode will be 2 years old. Crazy, huh? So, if you're relatively new to my channel, RSE, which stands for Red Spectacular Endeavors, was a show I did involving Red, a stick figure, and green, orange, blue, yellow, and turquoise, 5 other stick figures, going on adventures, meeting other stick figures, and battling those stick figures. Stick figure! The show ended in November of 2019, with the last episode simply titled The End, and currently a movie is in the works. However, despite being one of the most popular shows on my channel, there's quite a lot of lost media about it. Some that I have uploaded to my channel, and some that have been lost for a long time. So, let's get into it. ITDT, or In the Dark Together, was a web series created by one of my good friends, Havoc, or PLVTO Rhodes now. Check out his channel, by the way, he makes pretty good music. But before his old account got terminated, he had quite a few episodes of his show, and me being a fan of them, wanted to do a crossover with him. This idea started in 2017, however it didn't really get anywhere. In 2019 there was a teaser for it, and that was it. The project didn't happen. However, I sort of see why. Not only were we too busy, the project itself was way too ambitious to produce something like a crossover of this caliber. So I could see why it wouldn't happen. The plot was basically that the characters of ITDT go to the RC world in the first part of the episode, and the second part would be the RC cast going into the ITDT world. Black and Violet, the antagonist of ITDT, team up to destroy both their worlds. Now, this went through quite a bit, despite never actually starting it. The teaser I uploaded in 2019 was going to be a confirmation that it was coming. However, despite that, the project ultimately got scrapped. Yeah, this wasn't going to see the light of day. The only thing I really got done with it was an earlier version of it. But that was from like 2017, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Next. I like how some of these old RSE episodes aren't even about Red, yet it still has the Red versus in the title of the episode. Anyways, the synopsis of this episode is that Red, Blue, Turquoise, and Yellow take Green to a hospital after falling off the roof. But it was a fake Green. Green made a fake version of himself so Orange and Green could hang out and do whatever they want for the rest of the day. So, here's the thing. I say this a lot in the video, but most of these episodes resulted in being canned due to, you guessed it, lack of motivation. I don't know, man. I guess I just wasn't feeling it with this episode. Maybe it could be the climax of the episode and not knowing what to do with it, but I don't know. This episode just wasn't doing it for me. There are 2 other scenes that were animated, however I don't have them anymore. So this is all the animation you're going to see, or at least the only complete scene of the entire episode. So, you know Red versus the Island, right? The second to last episode of the show? Well, what if I told you that it actually was the prologue to a mini-series? It was supposed to be a summer event where an episode would release about every week or 2. Of course, knowing how I managed shows back then, this was obviously not going to happen. Lol. The second episode of this non-existent mini-series had like 1 scene done, and another scene that was being animated by C Productions, which I'm very sorry for him wasting his time with the episode. He's a really good animator and makes good content, check him out. But yeah, this was never gonna happen. Kinda sucks too. We're gonna introduce new villains to the series, but of course, we won't be seeing them in a long while. On to the next one. I'm pretty sure people are quite familiar with this one. Basically, the gang plan a birthday surprise for Red, but complications get in the way. Even Black joins in. He says a bad word! Anyways, this one is a bit hard to explain. Around the time I was making this episode, I recently got into the Object Show camp community, and competed in a BFB camp. I was the runner-up, by the way. But honestly, the camp community was so fun that I sort of spent all that time socializing in the community. Yeah, there wasn't a better way to explain it there. Now, due to this, I couldn't do the entire episode, so I was gonna split it into 2 parts. Part 1 would have been released late June of 2018, but, well, I'm not sure what happened exactly. I had like one more scene to do. It wasn't even that hard to do. Yeah, part 1 was never completed nor released. Why? To this day, I still don't know what halted the production. That's really all I could say. Oh well, on to the next one. So, in my server, Join, I released the audio for a scrapped episode called Black vs. Gray. This episode was about Black and Gray getting into an argument, and Black has to make amends with Gray. However, Red tries to intervene and help, but only makes things worse. And I'm not gonna lie, I really wish this episode was produced. This was such an amazing episode, and I gotta thank my good friend Cleverix for helping me script the episode. In fact, he had a huge part in scripting the episode. There was even a song made for the episode. Well, the instrumental is sort of the same as another song that I forgot the name of, but Cleve did a stellar job on it, and I want to say, even if the episode didn't become a reality, it was very good. So, before I get to the last one, here are some honorable mentions that didn't make the cut. Alright, well, here it is. This is one that is quite known. You know what it is.
They don't paint pictures, they just trace me.
Yep! Red vs. Lavender Part 3. The supposed to be conclusion of the Red vs. Lavender 3-parter. But now, it remains a 2-parter. So, the plot of this episode would pick off from where the part 2 left off. The gang and Lavender get lost in the woods after Green, Turquoise, and Yellow chase Blue and Lavender through the woods. Meanwhile, Red and Orange try to adapt to a new lifestyle. This is easily one of the most anticipated episodes of the show, and unfortunately, it's probably never going to come out, sadly. If you've been around here in 2017, you've seen some sneak peeks here and there. However, the episode was scrapped in January of 2018, again due to lack of motivation. Despite saying scrapped, this was going to be a future episode, but the series ended, so yeah. Not gonna lie, it could also be due to me not necessarily knowing what to do with the Red vs. Lavender arc. It was quite flawed if you think about it. Blue forgiving his brother for attempting to kill Red, and also killing someone, and also attempting to kill Green, just really rubbed me the wrong way. But apparently Blue forgave him anyways, despite Lavender himself blurting out the fact that he killed someone. Part 2 was sort of just a poorly written mess. And at the time, I seriously had no idea what to do with it. And not only that, but Red and Orange's story was practically going nowhere. And I was completely lost here. It was just sort of a mess to work on. So that's why it eventually ended up being
Say the line!
Tariq. Cancelled. Yeah! I made a teaser for it in early 2018, but yeah, okay, I think we all know what happened there. The more I think about it, the more I realize how much of a mess RSE was around the end of its run. Scrapping episodes left and right, and the show ending with a pretty weird finale. Despite all that, RSE is still very important to me, and my channel. It might have not been the best show, but it was never afraid to be experimental. And these scrapped episodes surely showed that. Some of these episodes I wish I actually did though, like Black vs. Gray and Red vs. the Virus 2018 edition. But other than that, that's pretty much all I can say. Let me know which scrapped episode you wanted the most. Thanks for watching, and RSE sucked.